few members of the 1565 paranormal team got to take a little trip to the Bulow Plantation ruins. It's a historic state park located not too far from our hometown of St. Augustine, Florida. And you can see going down this little road heading through the forest to the sugar mill plantation area, the ruins of the sugar mill, and all that. You'll see what it opens up to here in just a few minutes, but a little bit of quick history. The early 1800s marked a pretty turbulent era in Florida's history, and the settlers that established plantations on lands. The main problem was the Seminole Indians believed it to be their land. And in 1821, Major Charles Wilhelm Bulow acquired 4,675 acres of wilderness bordering a tidal creek that would bear his name. And upon using slave labor, he cleared 2,200 acres and planted sugarcane, cotton, rice, and indigo. Soon after the plantation was established, Major Bulow died at the age of 44. Some believe he came to St. Augustine here, died of yellow fever. Left his belongings to his only son, John, and under John's skilled management, production increased and the plantation prospered until the outbreak of the Second Seminole War. When those troubles started happening, John Bulow did not agree with the U.S. government's intentions to send the Seminole Indians to reservations west of the Mississippi River, and he demonstrated his disapproval by firing a 4-pounder cannon at Major Putnam's command of state militia as they entered his property. Troops took Bulow prisoner after a brief campaign against the Indians, and with most of the troops ill, Major Putnam's command relocated to St. Augustine and allowed Bulow to go free. Realizing that the Indians were becoming more hostile, young Bulow, like other settlers and their slaves, abandoned his plantation and followed the troops northward. Around January 11th, 1836, it really hit the fan. The Seminoles ended up burning down Bulowville along with other plantations in the area. John Bulow, discouraged by the destruction, went to Paris, where he died 3 months later at the age of 26. All that's left today of this plantation are the coquina ruins of the sugar mill, several wells, a spring house, and the crumbling foundation of the mansion. The cleared fields have been reclaimed by the forest, and the area looks much as it did when it belonged to the Seminole Indians. So the place is pretty awesome. Like I say, like what I'm showing right here is the ruins of the sugar mill, and as much as I enjoyed learning about the history of this place, we also did a little ghost box session towards the end. And I'll have that coming up soon, but it's a really cool place to visit. If you're ever in the area, you should definitely check it out. There's a lot of history to be learned, and I couldn't help but imagine what it was like, for the people that actually ran this place and worked there and built it, all the way from getting the coquina out of the quarries to carving the blocks, all that stuff. Supposedly, there were only two Caucasians or white people on the property, and everything else was done by slaves. And they were, from what I've read, from what I've learned, they were treated fairly good, considering they were slaves. But they were definitely highly skilled to be able to put this place together like it was put together, and to actually make the sugar, grow the sugar cane, crush it, do the whole 9 yards, all the chemistry involved in, making sugar, molasses, and everything else they did. There's a sawmill that was located right on these same ruins, and the people that worked here were definitely highly skilled in, doing what they did, and extremely hard working. There's a lot of work involved in this, and so it's a pretty cool place. There's a lot of history there, and I definitely look forward to going back. And like I say, it's just right down the road from where I live here, so it's like maybe a 25-minute drive or so, 30 minutes at the most. So if you're ever in the area, definitely check it out, look it up. And check out Bulowville, January 26, 1831. But very cool place, and was really glad to visit it there with some of my friends today. And gonna do a little ghost box session, and had some few interesting replies coming out of it. So let's check it out. There's several different angles to this story, the way the history went down here. Originally, the Seminole Indians were the ones living on this land, and the white man Bulow shows up and takes several thousand acres of this property, this land, and claims it as his own. Starts this plantation and sugar mill and several other things here. Then later on, all the slaves that were working there, these soldiers showed up and took control of the plantation, trying to run the Indians out of there, the Seminole Indians, and it didn't really sit well with them. And in 1836, they had the final word and burnt this place to the ground. So several different things, the white man, the Bulows, the soldiers, the Indians, the slaves. A lot of things went down here. So let's see what we get out of the ghost box. Where should we go, Spirits?
Yeah, exactly. Leave.
We were.
What did it say? In the something.
Where was that?
Say in the. It wasn't a minute ago, but I'll move it just to be sure.
Are they going to the spring house?
So what's down at the springs? Spring house? Is there anybody here that used to work at the mill? Who can tell us all about the sugar mill?
Things that you.
Do you like the music? Where did the red cardinal go?
Radio left. Radio right.
What happened to destroy the mill? Was it a fire? Typically coquina doesn't burn, I didn't think. Did it just collapse over time? Was it the molasses? Leftover molasses?
You can go through things for test. Order call.
The park's getting ready to close, so can you talk to us before it's time to leave?
Did you used to work in the mill here?
Bumbling and all.
We're right where all the
Unsearchable.
If that's somebody on the K2, can you light it all the way up to red? Little more. Bring it all the way up to red.
Yeah, we are recording.
Thank you.
If we don't understand you now, we may understand you when we play it back.
That's true. Do you guys like visitors? Do you ever get any nighttime visitors?
That's your sister. You might. She said, well, you ain't never good. Running into.
Did you say something about the well?
What do you believe?
In which is your class.
I see the female cardinal's back. Did you guys send her back over this way?
No.
She's pretty. Where did the male go? Is it true that cardinals signify somebody in the afterlife?
Story.
That's correct. Okay, well, thank you.
That's right, Ramona. How do you use that?
I bet it was really hot working here in the mill, is that correct?
Actually,
Was it actually? Yes. What was the worst season to work here? Oh, wow.
se ve que me
That's Spanish. Yeah, yeah.
You guys just see that big hawk that flew by?
Amen.
Amen.
Is your control of the red line.
Yeah.